we're technically live. I'm checking it now.
I see us.
I see it on Twitch.
We're here. It's somewhat stable. I think.
Don't jinx it.
Facebook, the YouTube still hasn't come up yet.
Don't let it hear you.
The Facebook is maybe not. Shit. Twitch, we're live though. Twitch, we're live.
Yeah.
But everything else, I
Weird.
don't know.
Okay.
Okay, Facebook's it's on a really long delay. Okay, Facebook's
Okay.
on. Okay. Oh my god.
Phew.
I don't think I like multi-streaming.
No.
The stress.
No.
He scares me.
It's so much.
Okay, so hi everybody. Back. Alright. So where do we leave off?
Where we left off,
We can pay for diamonds.
Oh, diamonds.
Yes. We
Yes. Because we have money. Money.
So he begins. If each time the spell is cast, it takes 1 hour. So he begins preparing the first rites with the body. Who are you going to tell him needs resurrected?
Can we do our buddy?
the child.
considering they're going to know
We do our buddy.
what to
please.
work on first in order to get more things done. Their first priority, they'll also know more of the crew that came with them to know who else is going to be of better use to us. So that one first.
What was his name?
And this is why we don't have to remember shit, because I'm gonna find it.
That is
'Cause it is-
good
it's
because I'm
been-
going through my notes in
That's
order
my
to try
girl.
to find it.
Because it's
and
been weeks. It's not just that we're assholes. It's been a while.
that is good because I'm going through my notes trying to find it right now.
Yes.
I
Also,
did not
we're
put it in
this
my
much
notes.
closer to session 69. This is session 61. We're so close.
My
Is
number.
it
So
61?
probably
That
in-
says 60.
Oh God! If we
My
have
number's
episode
off by one.
69 close to if we have episode 69 close to freaking Valentine's Day, it's gonna be wild.
That'll be so good.
This called the botchery episode.
Yeah.
We're gonna botch it.
And to honor
Evan.
ADH Adventures, we will have,
Evan.
Evan.
that's right. We will have a bathhouse scene.
Nice.
Oh God.
Oh no!
Oh my God, that's gonna be
Oh,
great.
no.
This is
The
gonna be
Hot
great.
Springs
no
episode.
idea what you're
The
signing
Hot
up
Springs
for.
episode.
We're gonna
You have
hot
no
spring
idea what you're
episode it.
signing-
I
you
can't
have
wait. That's
no
always my
idea what
favorite
you're
anime
signing up
episode.
for that. You have no idea.
We're not bringing a bear this time. It's fine.
Or
We're bringing.
oh, that
food.
might be worse.
Oh boy.
How many
That was
episodes are
mimic.
we away? We're at 61, right?
Yeah, we're at 61. 8 episodes. Countdown.
Oh, 1, 2,
Might make it
4, 5, 6.
because we're not gonna have any more episodes of Kingdom.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which means episode 69 will be on February 22nd.
Right after.
Oh,
Close
we
enough.
missed it by that much.
Close enough.
Close enough. You still do bathhouse scene that episode? Bathhouse episode. I'm down.
Aethers? What?
This is gonna be
Alright.
good.
So, you guys point, and he ends utilizing the spell. Prepare the ritual. As I said, it takes an hour to. So this is not going to happen quickly. What are you guys gonna be at? Repairs and try possible.
Yeah.
Back to work.
So as you working, get as much as possible. The thing parent are first thing that's that the still skyworthy. There is the damage is mainly structure where it hit. And the meteor hit like kind of midship. There is a lot of cannons on that side that are out. trying to figure out how you were. That would be basically the right.
Starboard.
Starboard? Yeah.
Best way to remember it. Left has 4 letters, so does port.
Oh, there you go. So the
I like
starboard
that.
side has a lot of the gun. There's 3 gun decks on the ship, and so a lot of the gun decks took much. Majority of the super that was there was all and so because it kind of went through at an angle, top decks and then down through the gun. That's also where it caused it to roll over sideways, and where it fell from. It was actually really kind of at a scale available because there was not that many people on deck. In fact, the gentlemen who actually fell were actually below decks, and they fell out as the impact didn't hold, because standing around below decks, you don't expect your entire ship to hit you over and then you fall through the wall. Yeah, there was a lot of chaos caused those losses, but you also have the fact that you lost decks of pretty much, but that leaves you that one side on. Everything else terrible, and like you said, like I was saying, literally now had enough. They did get you supplies though. Those came in already. The larder is stocked. I think literally the right now is bodies to man.
And to get as much of the weapons fixed as possible, just in case the worst happens, which probably will.
Yeah, and with all the guns that are damaged and everything like that, you can definitely existing guns to patch together the one. Existing guns get patched together with parts of the ones that are not salvageable.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only problem with the crystal setup, is that impact a crystal too hard and it's shattered, no matter how big it is.
Yeah.
The good part is it can withstand a lot of magical energy, so firing forever, whereas a cannon will overheat.
Yeah.
So, you guys continue working. After about hours, you guys are working, and actually, Drake, you're up in the tops, and you see Evan is trying to walk around on deck.
Sorry.
He is pretty much like he's telling people what to do and he's advising them, but he's fashioned one of the broken planks into like a crutch, and he's still like covered in his own dried blood. You know what I mean? And his clothes are still torn up for when he was bashed, and he looks like hell. But he is like still like telling them, no, you need to patch that to that, because if you don't, the energy is going to come through and literally burn out this entire panel. Don't have any thrust on that engine. He's just like, he's literally just sitting there telling people what to do. And these are people who are not engineers, and he is so beaten up he cannot like crouch down to do anything, or he literally has to lean on something at all times. But he is trying to get people. So, and he's just being the brains for the operation. But every single time and you can see like half of his face is still swollen up, like the impacts and everything like that. So he may be alive, but it looks like a strong breeze could kill him right now.
Oof.
It's like just making my way back down, just like Val, We got Evan back up, but he could honestly use some support. Is there any
Yeah.
other healers we have on board that might be able to render him something?
Well, we know of at least one, and we walk up to point me in the direction we've never met this kid.
I'll come down to introduce you. So right next to Evan, you just hear this little, that little whiz. Something hit the deck. Drake's right there.
He's hobbling so slowly that it hits the deck and he kind of starts. And by the time he manages to hobble around to turn around, you've been there for a bit.
Like, take it easy.
Oh, sorry, sir. And he, like, and like there's like blood coming out of one nostril. One of his eyes is still like the eye on the side of his body that was smashed is still like all. There's burst blood vessels all in the eye and everything like that. And he's kind of looks at you and and he's missing some teeth.
Mm.
And he kind of half grins at you and he says, yeah, there's a lot to need.
Not resurrection. Oh wait, no, it's true resurrection that brings them back.
Resurrection brings them back. Raised Dead brings them back with 1 hit point. And if they lost any body parts, cannot be
It does
found,
not bring it back.
does not bring it back. And all the teeth got knocked out of his head, they're gone.
He's gonna help him over to one of the crates. It's like, it's not that often somebody actually makes it back from the land of the dead. It's good to see you're still up.
And it looks at you and he's like, want to know what heaven looks like?
Not really.
Good, because I didn't see nothing but. And he kind of
Understandable.
chuckles.
I'm getting someone up here to get you some additional help to get you back up on your feet. You don't look like you're slowing down anytime soon, nor do I blame you. I'd be in the same spot as, been in the same position as you multiple times. I don't wish it on anyone. Help's on the way.
Can we move a little bit? Fire that thing. Kill us.
No problem. Come on.
You
We're just gonna
so
kinda
you can sit there and still supervise.
Yep.
And I'll start to walk up. I'll see you, Drake, and we'll start to walk up.
You see he's about 5'10" like on a good day. Thin guy, dark hair. Face is just a model of, and like swollen, and the whole right side of his body is swollen up. And the reason he's using a crutch is like his leg is probably sore than fuck, and know that it may have knitted some of the bones together, but it didn't. Whatever they did to him did not get him back to peak health. You had to estimate he looks like he's sitting at 1 hit point.
Okay. I'll walk up and we'll give the kid a 1 silver. Like no emotion on the face. Drake will hear me just say "God damn" in the mental chat, but out loud, Val will say, "Is this our genius?"
He is.
And I'll extend a hand to Evan. Heard a lot about you, Captain Valokal.
It says, Nas, is it Patton? Sorry, I can't stand.
Don't worry about that right now. You've been through a shit ton, from what I understand. Literally.
Apparently, I was dead.
Yeah, that's been going around lately. And as I take his hand, I'm gonna cast Cure Serious Wounds at 7th level, and that will yield. Roll the dice, damn it!
The dice.
There we go. Uh, 24 hit points.
That his face color comes rushing back into his face. Here's several snaps and clicks as bones that were probably not the best knit suddenly snap into place. draws in a. He's like, okay. Ed?
Probably should have warned you that was coming.
He says, I don't know what that felt really. Didn't really hurt. Felt really.
How are you feeling, young man? How does he look as a
The
result?
swelling is very reduced. There's no hemorrhaging in the eye anymore. You can see that he's standing up and he's testing his leg now.
Mhm.
Like the leg is taking weight, and he kind of looks around like, and he kind of moves his fingers. My right arm. Kind of reaches, he's touching his face. And he's like, "Hi." Slight bit better.
All right, let's see if we can't improve on that. And like still holding on to his hand, I'm going to cast it again at 6th level. I want him back up to full.
Well,
We're gonna buff him. We're buffing Evan.
That's 28
oh
points
yeah,
of
no,
healing.
he's at full now. All the rest of the wounds that the minor wounds that he has, and all the rest of the bruising fates, and he kind of looks around. He's kind of looking down at himself, like, I appreciate the set. Have more.
I've got a little bit more of this in me. I wouldn't worry.
He looks past you because you kind of like step between him and the guys working on the board. He's like, no, look. I'm okay now. I'm gonna take care of this. But he's like, points to two of them. You two seem to be getting it, so sit here and watch me. I'm gonna need you guys to help out.
Okay.
So you guys watch me. I'm gonna show you how to wire this, and then you're gonna go look for these panels all across and make sure they match what I do. Excuse me, Captain. Like, thank you.
You got it. Take it easy. Don't overwork yourself, okay?
He kind of looks around the ship and he kind of starts laughing.
I know.
And if you need anything, just find me or holler. I have my ways of letting people know information very quickly.
Yes, sir.
Good to have you with us, Evan.
Be back, sir.
As you were.
Right, he goes right back. He kneels down. You see there was like 3 guys that were working on it. The third guy sticks around. The other 2 guys are watching intently as he's like showing them the panels and he's explaining why each cable needs a go. And he breaks it all out and he whereas they were fumbling with it and trying to get it to fix with sets of hands in there, he quickly everything into place. And then he explains what each set is to them and why it needs to go where it goes. And he says, and he's like, "Oh, memorize this. Like, go around. You know where all these panels are. You've seen them before. Make sure every single wire just like this. If any have broken cables, like repair the cable before you rewire it. Check the wiring. You're going to be having to test the engine quick. None of these can be wrong." The other 2 guys kind of nod, and the third guy kind of looks at him sheepishly, and he's like, "I think I've got it. All right, we'll stick with one of them until you know you've got it, and check the other." And he starts marching off below decks.
We turn to Drake. We like him.
He knows his way around He knows his way around the place. That's for certain.
Absolutely.
Started
does.
out just an apprentice. Came here before he had been fully done, but he knows a lot, and the situation has given him the opportunity to grow past it.
Good. That's what we like. All right. I know you've got a good eyes view on everything. What do you make of our situation?
We'll be able to at least get skyward. My biggest fear is once we actually get out there. If they were able to do the attack like that the moment they saw an opportunity, that means they've got eyes on us now, or a way to monitor us, or something. And I don't know how. Maybe it was the sheet. I have no idea. Problem is, the moment we get outside of range of this planetoid, we're going to be open in the open. And they're probably waiting for us.
Well, what's that saying? Step into the ocean, become part of the food chain?
Yeah. I've got an idea, though.
I would love to hear it.
All pirates have a code. All pirates have a code. There are certain things we don't. They don't do. One thing is, if certain flags are flown, shows a willingness to talk, to meet, to
Parlay.
Precisely. In order to do that, we're going to need to fly a flag of our own. Considering the ship, considering what I know, I might have a symbol in mind.
And that would be...
He's going to pull out of the hilt one they might recognize. And just going to bring out the rapier and show the basket part of the hilt. What looks like a bird's skull with a crossed blade and a crossed wrench. But the weird thing about the bird's skull is it's got the two eye sockets, and then it looks like it has a third right in the middle.
We take it that this is a symbol of some repute.
Where I'm from, yes.
And this would be...
My mother's.
Sorry, Val, you can make me a history check to see if you recognize it.
I would love to do that. I am partially trained in that.
Do you have the Jack of all trades ability, right?
I do.
Is it not adding it?
I don't know that it is. Let
I was gonna
me
say, what is your intelligence is a plus what?
It's a +1.
+1? Okay, so okay, I think it is adding it in that case.
Yeah,
You have a
I
+3,
rolled
right?
what was that, an 8? Yeah.
Ugh. Actually, you know what? You know what?
Well, 3 is my history score altogether.
You
So
got-
if it's adding
Try that again.
a 2 to that,
Try that again. Try that again.
okay. Alrighty. Trying it again.
I swear to God, if you roll lower, I swear to God, don't you fucking dare.
Yeah, I dared.
Oh my god!
Love it.
Wow. Yeah, you did. Really did.
I sure did. I sure did.
That was kind of amazing.
Yeah, it
I
was.
shouldn't have said shit. I shouldn't have said shit.
You shouldn't have. No.
You're not
God
tempted.
damn
with
it.
this. All right, so
Damn
yeah,
it.
you do not recognize or what it's pertaining to.
So I will just kind of stare at Drake for a moment. Are you telling us that your mother was a pirate?
One of the best in her area. She and a few others helped protect the small planetoid where I grew up. Out there
So-
on the outer edges.
So a good pirate.
Well, according to the Navy, there are no such good things. Most of the ones out there, they don't actively go out targeting, pillaging, and plundering like everyone claims.
Well,
They
you
take
and I.
what they need, only kill if they have no other choice.
Well, you and we know both all know that half of what the government says is propaganda anyway.
And in all honesty, there's a reason I said what I said earlier. What happened to Ayla? Exactly what the Navy did to my city. They came, they took over, they brought in their own people, and left the natives to suffer. And then you were treated as less than human in many cases.
Well, that gives us ample reason to. Well, we already had enough reason to not let that happen here. But you've just given us more reason.
There's a reason that a lot of those random acts, at least when they were brought up, they seem random. Jaegerhorn said they were just a drop in the bucket, nothing big to impact the Navy, but it's not the Navy I was aiming for. It was the Admiral's personal affairs I was targeting. Anything and everything I could do to take whatever he was gaining and break it. Make the place no longer profitable.
So you were actively attacking the Navy.
More or less. Not
Okay.
that they can prove it.
Still, information like that is good to know. We knew that you had quite a bit of animosity towards the Navy. Didn't know that you were taking action actively.
Sabotage, blackmail. There's an entire list of alleged crimes that I've done.
Allegedly.
None of which can be proven, thankfully.
All right. Well, knowing that such a list exists is one thing. The less I know about what that list entails is probably the better.
Well, you've seen most of my work. It's
Yes,
very
we
easy
have.
to see that and immediately blame me for all these things that happen, even if there is no proof.
Well, so long as you sail with us, you have a what's the term? Plausible deniability?
Can't really turn on that.
No, you can't.
And, well, the way I see it as well, if we can get rid of some demonic invaders, maybe I'll finally have the leverage I need to get at a certain target.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
We'll do whatever we can to help you, Drake. You can count on that.
Oh, I've been giving it some thought, and priorities have changed. I don't want him dead. I want him to suffer for every man, woman, and child he's put into hardship and pain.
That we can definitely manage, I think. Or we think.
And let's give the demons what for. Give them the same punishment.
Now give him kind of a brotherly fist to the chest, and we absolutely will.
Which brings up one request.
Speak it.
Technically two-part. If we want to fly a flag to make them less likely to attack. I wish to fly hers, but that's not the only thing I wish. I know how to use it, but not super well. They're just going to literally draw the blade. I want to learn how to better use this. As far as I've seen, you're the only one I've seen who uses a weapon like this, at least in the group.
We have some training. We can definitely help you with that. That would be our pleasure.
I look forward to it.
Indeed. All right, I'm gonna go check on the rest of the crew. Keep us posted.
Of course. I'll let you know if anything comes up. And considering the old man kind of just walked up on the ship, I'm going to see if I can't also keep an eye out. Don't want any surprises.
Yeah. And we're gonna go look for Utopia.
While you're going to go look for Utopia, when Val walks off and Drake, you go back up to. As you're climbing up in, and you get up to find the spot where you left off, where you were checking wire and making sure up. As you get up there, feel a touch your mind, and you hear much I can say at this that happened.
You don't need to.
Phrase I can give all of you. As carry with you. I have gained enough power to I can items energy. At the last vestige of my time, or sorry, at the last vestiges of night, my time is coming. Dawn rising. I need to assemble and bring items.
I'll let the others know.
Lady of as a wolf. No longer now a triumvirate. They tried to break us by separating us. Instead of
The council does more than a king.
I was just there's no longer just a now they're the
Let's go.
I love it.
now that you're understanding that we can redeem the Lady of Justice. Free her. We can take back.
Now we're talking. Finally.
Tyrells. But be ready. Next phase. Correcting.
We'll need to strengthen ourselves first if we go in as we are now.
Surely die.
We won't
I
make it.
have the knowledge gifted to me, able to impart and share. I can find targets. that align with you. Direct you.
Enabling us to weaken their lieutenants, their captains. That could work.
Chains of stabilization.
Something I know all about.
There is one other thing. No. The wound body of the Mistmother, they will not. But have come to an understanding that maybe each one of those realms that each one of these planets we're after holds close those realms.
And the enemy of our enemy is our friend.
Can have to. And we
I was wrong before. You were right when you said our ideals aligned. I was just too angry and too indignant to see it.
feel a very cool. There was no. Feel a very cool. Almost like trying to. Anger as a. Quench your anger. Allow it. Come that.
I've been focusing all my negative emotions into tools for years, and he's going to just summon that blade into his hand. All the anger, all that rage, disdain, fear into a sharp edge. I've only ever used it as a weapon for myself. I thought I'd seen the end of it. After seeing this, seeing it happening everywhere, I can't just do nothing. Not again.
When it comes to others here, they are all able to make their own. When it comes to the creatures that are coming in, the creatures have absolute mental aspects of darkness, aspects of hate, having actively act. That's why
Then there's one absolute we have to teach them all.
what's that?
How to lose.
Feel almost a chuckle as you touch leaves. And I think it's a good place to wrap for the night. You guys okay with that?
I was about to say, just as soon as she leaves, just immediately to the link is like, considering he was connected with everyone, it's like, I have some news you all might appreciate.
Excellent.
Gone. Bring the item that you hold the most dear to the mast. The Mistmother has a parting gift for us, as well as some news. Mistmother isn't alone, and she's opening the gates. All the other deities that were essentially people were taken from to make this isolated dome. She started to realize that by doing that, she isolated herself and made herself a bigger target. Those walls are coming down. And if we can take out the lieutenants that are holding essentially the other half of those doors shut, We can bring the devil's armies right onto their own doorsteps the same way they're entering ours. We can start to take back this place back.
Fantastic.
My mother's going to be giving us some targets we can challenge. Ones that aren't going to be too far out of our way that we can't win, but we're going to need to act quick and fast. Finally, we can be the hunters instead of the hunted.
Good. We'll take the fight to them then.
Ellie, Utopia. We've all suffered loss. You guys ready to bring some back on the enemy?
Well, I think that's more a question for you. We've been in this fight the whole time.
I was born for this.
I like this you better than the one that tried to be all sad.
Aww.
It's about time I stop running.
That's what
At
I'm
least-
saying.
Besides, I'd like to see how big of a Timmy you can make with some of these things.
Oh, there's kind of a limit.
Damn. Alright, get some rest. We need to be up by dawn. I'm probably not sleeping tonight. That's too much to do, but try to get some rest if you can.
You try to get some rest as well. If it's not sleep, then at least some relax a bit. You're going to need it too.
Well, it's a good thing I know a certain way to brew coffee that gives it the strength of 5.
Yeah, we don't want to know about that. We don't need that.
I don't sleep much.
I am so envious of that, Callie. I'm not even going to lie. The way you rest is phenomenal. It's not fair to the rest of us.
Utopia, you haven't weighed in yet. How are you feeling in
Rest
this?
of us. If there's a way for us to finally make an actual dent in all of this, just point me in that direction.
Excellent.
There's the spirit. Let's go.
Let's go!
I need a hero.
Oh,
This
God.
hero needs a nap.
Nap time. All right, this is a
It's
good
nap
time
time.
to wrap for the. Thank you so
Word.
much, guys. That was wonderful and lovely as always. Let's go ahead and say goodnight to everyone. But first, let's go ahead and let everyone know where they can find you, folks. Let's start with Sam.
That is perfect, because the porcelain throne is saying, "Hey, remember all that water you drank?"
Where can people find
it-
you on the interwebs?
So, on Tuesdays, you guys can find me over on ADH Adventures. We're going to be hitting our break here shortly. So, Caltech, you're evil.
Ah, I drank right in time.
You shouldn't have said anything.
I know, I really shouldn't. Tomorrow, you can find me over on Turn to Page 394's channel for the Star Wars 5e game I'm part of. If all goes well, we're about to start planning on how to break into Inquisitorius HQ. That's going to be fun. And I'm the only non-Force user. This is not going to be fun. And then, of course, at the start of the year, you can find me here.
Yep. Cassie,
Yeah.
where can folks find you?
Well, I mean, it's holiday season, so kind of really nowhere. But I'm on the Twitters. I'm on the Instagrams. I did Hive. I got TikTok. I'm on the Tuesday stream on ADH Adventures because I like to rip my heart out and stab it a few times and then walk all over it and then hand it back to somebody and be like, what can you do? Yeah.
That's when I just scream next.
Yep, pretty much. But yeah, that's all I do.
Milagros,
Hello.
where can people find you?
People can find me here, and then next year, on the Starfield, I will be there Mondays and Saturdays, and then still here Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And I'm probably gonna start streaming on my own. I've got some overlays made, and I'm trying to figure out like scheduling and seeing if my laptop will kill me for trying to stream. Even though I'm not streaming games, I'll be streaming like note taking process and stuff. Finally learning how to use Obsidian, and it's a huge mistake. I'm too powerful now. Oh my
That's a
god.
mistake.
I
Holy crap.
never should have been told about that app. Y'all are never gonna see me again. Like, I'm never leaving my office ever again. It was made for me. I'm so excited. I'm definitely thinking of doing like Obsidian tutorials because the power.
Oh yeah, I have no
Yeah.
idea how to do anything on there, but crap.
It's I'm figuring it out, and it's like, oh no, this is.
Hey, do they
I
have
found it.
real quick? Do they have any tutorials on their website yet?
I mean, I looked for a tutorial on YouTube, and that taught me the basics pretty fine. I could look though. I know they have like forums and stuff,
Well,
but
I was gonna say if they don't, then possibly.
Market.
oh, I didn't realize that was
Yeah.
an option. Oh my
Hey.
god.
An option.
You,
Oh,
it's an
what's my favorite saying that's going around a lot now? You miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could. Okay.
Already got the plans to
Ooh.
do it. God.
Yeah.
Why not?
Get some exposure, make some monies.
Yeah.
Get that sponsorship, baby.
That would
Absolutely.
be very nice.
Or just get a foot in the door because it'll help with something else.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks. Where
Hello.
can folks find you on the massive.
Well, you can find me on TikTok or Circle DM, Sphinx Akasha on Instagram, Twitter, and now Hive, whenever Hive gets back up and running again.
Yeah, it kind of
on-
crashed, didn't it?
Well, it's only 2 people, and they're working on fixing it because they weren't expecting such a mass of people to.
Oh no,
to-
of course,
to
and they're
create
doing
things.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
The big thing they're doing right now is they had to shut it down because of the security risks that they covered.
Yeah.
But they did that really quick. They made sure they didn't let that get crazy, and they're also shutting it down now because they're getting a lot of venture capitalists throwing money at it. So they're getting everything built out, and they're planning everything out because they have to build server farms. And Sphinx and I are very, very much intimately aware of what they're going to have to do, and we know
Oh
it's
boy,
a
it's gonna
big
be a-
job.
Yeah. They might be down for a little bit, is
Yeah.
what we're saying.
At least like a couple of months.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
because this is happening right at the end of the year. Easy.
Mhm.
So rough.
Yeah.
So rough. Anyway,
But when it does come back up, it's going to be awesome. So I'm looking forward to that. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you can find me right here with the dinner and a game with these lovely people playing Emerald Sanctums and this beautiful game, Kingdoms of Mist, respectively. On tomorrow, you can actually find me on Dice Cream Sandwiches for part 2 of our miniseries Alice and Adventures in the Wonderdark, run by the wonderful Ivy Shadow. I'll be playing Khan, who is a shifter monk. He's inspired by one of the main characters from the anime Bungo Stray Dogs. If you've seen that, you know exactly what I'm talking about because he is a were-tiger. And on every other Friday, you can find me with the AH Adventures channel running my campaign, Agents of the Circle. We are on holiday until the 6th of January. When we come back, the party will be touching down on the Bard Nation of Anthem that is ruled by the wonderful, the benevolent, the extra funky King Bootsy. And yes, I do mean Bootsy Collins. You know what, baby? It's about $1, baby. Yeah, that Bootsy. It's gonna be great. And we are at the beginning of our Battle of the Bards arc, and it's gonna be amazing. Every other Friday, you can find us with the Alex Baum channel playing Initiatives and Intrigue. And on Saturdays, we alternate between, on ADH Adventures, Heroes Arc, where we are a bunch of revolutionaries trying to take down the Spire and the Patriarchy and the corrupt government. And then on the opposing Saturdays, playing Unlicensed Magic War Crimes, where we are another set of vigilante revolutionaries trying to stop a war and free people from magical restriction. On Sundays, you can find me also with the 88 Adventures channel, playing our newest game, The Tale That Never Was, where I play Ioniota. He's an aberrant mind sorcerer, and it's pretty much my answer to the question, what would Howl from Howl's Moving Castle be like if Calcifer were his quarry and Calcifer were an eldritch being from across the stars?
So pretty much just Howl's Moving Castle.
It's pretty much the Howl's Moving Castle,
yeah,
but without the moving castle. Yet.
as of yet.
Valid.
So far, so all right. And
So far.
thank you so much.
You just gotta find an artificer.
There you go.
Well, there's an artificer in the party played by Postmodern Bard. So
There
it's
you go. He can build you a moving castle.
Excellent. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow all of the Internet Games links in our link tree right there. You can follow all these people at their different links, which are in chat right now. Remember, we're all creators in our own right. We all build things here, and we would love for you to enjoy them. So if you want to give us a little serotonin boost, give them a follow if you have not. And remember, support the creators, because all we do for the love of what we do. But we are doing it for us mainly, because we like doing it. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to call it here. I'm not going to try and raid anybody, because I'm so terrified of what might happen with this if I try and raid anyone. So, so we're just going to wrap up for the night, and thank you all so much for having joined us. Remember, helping us get to 1K on Twitch will get us to unlock all the prizes we're giving away, which includes a 3-foot-long printed GM screen, which I'm currently painting my version of it so I can actually show you a painted version. And it is gorgeous. Guys, we want to encourage you to be here, and we're going to try and do our best to make sure that it put some extra value on that for you. In the meantime, at dinner game, we always say if you sit at the table, please be careful, wear a mask, social distance. Surges are forever, plague is forever, and we just need to be careful so we can always come back and join the dinner game and be part of this community. That you have to protect yourselves. So, we will love you all. We will see you again. Actually, we're going to try and get some more one-offs going. And so if anyone has anything they'd like to run, love to see run. Maybe Agros.
Absolutely not. I'm not ready.
Cassie.
No.
I've done it all of one time.
Maybe.
I will have to check my schedule because there is an idea I had in mind, but I will have to see. All I'm going to say is this. It involves a game series I've played for over a decade, and it just so happens someone managed to homebrew 5e stat blocks for all of the things, or a good majority of the things in it.
There you go. We're looking to do that. We also want to do a lot of indie games. So if anyone has anything they want to run,
Might be able to be talked into running Quest.
oh, absolutely, absolutely,
Might be able to be talked into it.
absolutely. Let me know when and where. I'll let you guys know there's only 2 days that have been taken so far out of this last end of the year, and we're trying to do 2 shows a week, and I'm trying to do at least 1 community night. That's going to be starting next week because I still have to go.
Of course.
In the meantime, thank you all very much. Everyone have a good night. We will see you again next time. Love you.